Another channel for the free exchange of information is now available on various computer networks and electronic bulletin boards nationwide. By dialing these systems through a simple phone hookup called a modem, users can send and receive messages in seconds and chat with others thousands of miles away.
This is what I uploaded to the source last night. I mean, I was doing this. Already some people on the source organized a conference about the Hackers Convention, called John Draper, who ran up to me, and we sat down and wrote it, and this was on there last night, and by this morning there were already 15 comments from other people across the country about what was going on here, including questions that were fed back.
David Hughes, nicknamed Source Void Dave, operates a very popular electronic bulletin board in Colorado Springs.
I use it for politics, very heavy. I've been able to organize the defeat of an ordinance in the city of Colorado Springs. As a consequence, every politician in Colorado Springs calls my bulletin board to defend themselves against what other people are saying, and they're arguing with 10-year-old kids. So it's healthy electronic democracy.
But electronic democracy also has its price. With so many channels of information available to the consumer, even the most dedicated hobbyists are now experiencing information overload.
What's going to happen next is there's going to be so much information that we won't be able to have, it won't be really available to us because we're overwhelmed with it.
There's been too much stuff created, which society did not have a need for that much of that kind of information.
And it's not just information, it's also people and products.
Helter-skelter, helter-skelter.
In their enthusiasm, too many hackers have deluged the market with clever but often useless gadgetry.
I think there are even too many computer people and computer hackers now. Too many people creating too many pieces of software and pieces of hardware to be useful, and that shows up in the fact that more money has been lost in personal computers by companies than has been made by winners.
But some recent software hacks are apparently hitting home with the consumer, mainly because they serve a practical need. They're very visual, easy to use, and they're fun to play with. Simple applications like this Movie Maker program that lets you create your own cartoons, this music construction set that teaches you how to compose music, or this print shop that allows you to design and print your own greeting cards or stationery. Another popular hack is Mac Paint, really a blank canvas with electronic brushes and graphic tools, allowing complete amateurs to paint intricate pictures, as Macintosh artist Susan Kerr explains.
Say you wanted to do a little leaf border, which might take a while if you were really going to draw it leaf by leaf, but instead you just whip around with the eraser, so you can pull it off, rotate one, maybe take another one, rotate that one, so you can build up a little library of shapes to work with like a palette. Then you can say, begin to drag away from those so that you can begin to build up a little border really fast. Pull it across. I'm being sloppy, but say you took 15 minutes to do this, you could really get it just the way you wanted. So then you have a little border, and if you want to put it to work in a business situation, which is, as we know, very important, this is, you can say, office picnic, and then you've justified the expense to your department.
The author of Mac Paint, Bill Atkinson, has designed a dazzling new application for his program. Called Mac Vision, it translates video or television pictures into computer images, which can then be retouched or printed as part of a letter.
My camera.
Dueling cameras.
Aim at your camera. Go like that. And then I say, scan me one.
All right, let's go to uppercase B.
Now I can say, well, gee, I only want this much of it. I'll select that much.
For instance,
So then I could say, you do all the standard, make a negative out of it, or peel off copies of it,
just showing off the
or flip it. Isn't that amazing? That is hot.
Hacks like those only hint at what's yet to come. Some believe that the next breakthroughs will be triggered by the introduction of compact laser discs that can hold up to 600 million characters, or the equivalent of 4 copies of the Encyclopedia Britannica.
Imagine using your computer to help you be able to ask, why do light bulbs burn out? And you see a picture of a light bulb and sort of other nodes of information you can just touch on and say, you know, just browse and steer through a large amount of information in a pleasant and enjoyable way. I mean, can you imagine a person now reading an encyclopedia cover to cover? Doesn't happen. But people spend hours and hours playing adventure, exploring some imaginary information. Well, if it were pleasurable and enjoyable to explore real live, all human knowledge, suddenly you've got a very powerful learning tool where I can afford to take the time to find out why light bulbs burn out. I still don't know.
Late in the night, another vision of the future came true at the conference. This bizarre hack had one side of the audience compete against the other by averaging the action of the players' joysticks to make them play as one, turning an ordinary video game into an unusual team sport. It's that kind of passion and playful cleverness that once sparked the computer revolution and brought the hackers' dreams to life.
We got it! Go! All right, go, 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 go!
Outside the beaten path, at the cutting edge of new technology, the hacker spirit lives on. And for millions of new computer users, the adventure is just beginning.
I like that.